Alright, you know the one thing I'm not gonna do, waste no time, drop a like, subscribe, comment, get this page to 10K in no time. We got a request from somebody to review Charleston White. Now again, I see the clips, I hear the rumors going on around the internet, but one thing you'll learn about this channel is we have our own thinking minds here. So we're gonna be reviewing some of this. We're also gonna be reviewing some Jordan Peterson. We're gonna be reviewing some Ben Shapiro, some Matt Walsh. There's a couple of different subjects that I wanna go in on because I've been seeing some things and hearing some things, and I think that we should all be able to have conversations about this. So subscribe, get this page to 10K. I keep telling y'all that. Hit the subscribe button and the like button. Let's go.
Now, you recently was in Atlanta and you ran into the Water Boys.
Yeah.
And you feel like all the celebrities and wealthy athletes and people who were in Atlanta should have got them off the street.
Yeah. You talking about billions of dollars in one city, one area. Some of the richest celebrities we known in history are in Atlanta, and to see on all sides of Atlanta, homie, that they don't have no program for these kids, cause they ain't selling water. Let's just get that straight. They ain't selling water, nigga. They standing out there begging. They standing out there plotting for a robbery. They standing out there plotting for a purse snatching. They out there.
See, I don't like to jump to conclusions like that and just assume that just because they're out there that they're thinking about committing some kind of crime. That's a stereotype that I think has hurt us for a little bit, that if we're out there trying to do something productive, we're also simultaneously trying to do something that's non-productive. It could possibly get us some prison time. So that I don't exactly agree with. I think they're out there trying to sell water and maybe learn some other hustles as they go, but let's continue.
Waiting on them. And everybody's riding by, locking their door. So now they've gotten to the point where they're starting to resent, right? We looking at it like, oh man, these little niggas is aggressive. They're aggressive to the Bentleys.
Finish him.
They're aggressive to the Rolls Royces. Because in their mind, man, how can y'all pass by? They kids, so they can't process this. They just know they coming from some conditions. And they by Lenox Mall, so they in Buckhead, so they everywhere, homie. And y'all passing by, maybe handing out $5, and it's 10 of them, so they circling the car.
Oh, that's facts. And I'm gonna take it a step worse. Some of these kids, these water boys that are on the sides of highways handing out water, some of these guys grew up with these rappers. They grew up around these rappers. Some of them are related to some of these rappers. They'd go to family reunions and had these rappers not become famous. You'd have had Lil Baby, Young Thug. You'd have had those guys at the family reunion with some of these young kids that's handing out the water bottles. So I think the resentment also comes from that. The fact that you come from my city, the fact that you shout us out so much, the fact that you talk about this is your hood and you run this and you own this, and at the same time you don't have any positions for us. You don't have any jobs for us. You're not building any studios we can work at. You're not giving us a chance to get the engineering skills. You're not giving us a chance to get the building skills to learn how a studio needs to be structured in order for the sound to be able to bounce properly or not bounce. You're not giving us any of that. But it's all over my city, and there's people in my city saying that they love the people from the city, but they ain't doing nothing from us. So I can see the youth definitely starting to build some resentment after a while from seeing things like this. That's a fact.
They starting to resent y'all. Sooner or later, they gonna start robbing. They'll start taking.
That's a fact.
Y'all ain't gonna create nothing. Man, you niggas go to the strip club and throw $250,000 in the air.
Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech. You built like that? I got some shit for you.
50,000 will take 200 kids off the streets.
Now, I as well get a lot of pushback. I can't believe that this guy gets so much pushback and so much flack over the things that he say. I agree 100%. I say all of the time that we waste so much money. There's a story about, I believe it was Sweetie. She FaceTimes Lil Baby naked, I guess, supposedly. And he meets up with her in the same day. He goes to the Chanel store, drops $100,000 on her. Now, for the rappers, they'll be like, oh, that ain't nothing. That's a little piece of chump change right there. Those little water boys that's right there, they're trying to get money to be able to get grandma's medicine. They're trying to be able to help mama with the rent. They're trying to help mama be able to keep a car so mama could keep the job. There's things that they could have done with 10,000 of that, 5,000 of that, 1,000 of that. Now imagine, you grow up around these people. They driving around your city. They shouting your city out. They throwing money in a strip club. They taking pictures with Eiffel Towers of fucking money in their arms. But they won't reach out to the youth. If you guys go back a few videos, you will see where I addressed this with Meek Mill when Meek Mill asked, what am I supporting when I give the water boys money? I think at that point right there, they should have robbed him. I'm gonna be 100 with you. At that point right there, they should have just booked Meek Mill off all his jewelry, off of everything. What the fuck you mean, what am I supporting? It's the same thing that you want us supporting when we stream your music, when we buy your music, when we support what you do, when we come out to your shows. You're supporting the same thing that they're supporting about you. Where would you be without them? You think it wasn't their ears that got you to where you are? And my, how fast we forget. Now you want to ask people what you supporting? Yeah, so if some of these water boys begin to start robbing some of these rappers, hopefully they funnel the money back into good purposes.
$50,000 would take 200 kids off the streets and start a business. Horticulture, landscaping, pressure washing, car washing, detail.
Skills that pay the bills.
Home building. Man, there go your workforce right there. So,
wow. Again, how is this the guy that's getting all the pushback? I've been saying it for the longest. We gotta get the kids the skills that pay the bills. We gotta get them into businesses that are pandemic proof. We gotta get them those hands-on skills that people need daily. People need tires worked on daily. People need engine work daily. People need walls painted. People are building new properties, building new infrastructures. We need architects. We need people in a little bit of everything. And instead we're focusing on rapping. We focusing on basketball players. We focusing on football players. We paying attention to all the wrong shit, and the money is in the youth. Educating the youth benefits you. There's nothing wrong with making money off of the youth and hiring the youth to be able to do things, and you have a workforce that is trained by you instead of getting a workforce that might have been trained by schools. Because I'm going to tell you something about things like horticulture and gardening. There's things you can learn at school about horticulture and gardening. There's things that are good to know about plant cells. There are things that's good to know about the insides of plants. But there's also that hands-on skill that gardeners have that you can train kids to have, and you have an elite workforce that's designed around the way that you like to work. There's money in the youth, and we don't see any value in them, so we don't think of any reasons that we should be helping them. Huge detriment to the community. Every other community worldwide use their youth as a way to build wealth. But in the black community, we see no value in the youth. And I think it's leading to one of our biggest downfalls, and it's why the youth has a huge detachment from the older generation. We wondering why they won't listen? That's why.
I went one time, I seen it. Man, I see how the people in Rolls Royce, they might throw 20 out there and get on back, get real. And then I see how they acting. Man, the little nigga might be looking to snatch a purse. So we all scared of each other. So we scared of our children. Children of the corn.
Woo!